eForMarketWizards.com and eMiniWizard.com. Finding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Just before the open on 29th of August 2019, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Angels and demons. Obviously, it's all about this spike bar. And we're going to use aggressive support has got to be right here. The top of this spike bar and just below it. So anybody that's buying high to sell higher, be nimble. Got a lot of trap traders that'll need to pay up. We'll probably get a two-way day. And certainly I've advocated buy high, sell higher. And it doesn't mean that will be the best trade of the day, but certainly initially we've got some trapped traders. And so you'll want to think about in IB, buying and trying to get aligned with the trend. And obviously until broken, this 98 is support. Aggressive support right there. Middle is about a point below that from the overnight range. Predictive chart, this is the current range that I believe we are trading within. Resistance back here at that 29.75 with a goal of the boys to take out this high right here, 28, let's call it 27.75. Be a tough day, obviously. Stolen range already. We can see the effect of overdone on one side and then shoot to the oversold, overbought on the other side. And there's a typical pattern. This is end of month window dressing, I believe. And it's been very challenging lately to play. We've had these type of moves when we've been sleeping, and that's just part of the business. Got to learn how to adapt. So huge gap up. Conservative traders may want to stay sidelines for a couple of minutes. Aggressive traders are buying pullbacks and trying to get aligned with the trend, not with the thought of a killer trade, but just kind of in the squeezing of the shorts, trying to get aligned with that. And I do believe that this chart right here is a reasonable chart for us to be looking at right now and probably do some range type trading. It's hard to believe that we're going to get a gigantic kick off of this. And these other moving averages will be coming up, no doubt. So I've advised paid for sure by 12.5 before the open. And opening up in that 16 area. Anybody that is shorting, remember, we've got a lot of trap traders that need to squeeze out. So if you are thinking of shorting, you may be adding fuel to the fire. So this is our 15 spike low down here support. And then obviously just below here, that's our key support for the day. That breaks, anything goes. And anybody that's aligning with the trend, you're going to want to look at something like a 5-minute chart. Here's a 2. Here's a 3. And I like the 5. And I have suggested buy high, sell higher is probably the best way to play this open. And looking for retest failure or a new high. 21.75 is a potential target, so that's our initial resistance. and then any high, obviously, in a day like today. Bots will do this. Most traders don't like this type of a trade. They'll want to wait and see, is there a safe trade? There is no safe trade today. In this 5-minute chart, you can see how this alligator started down here. Line with the trend. Rabbit dog days, we do not fight. 2175 is my first target I had talked about right there. Get paid for sure. Stops up. Showed you why that was the target. Paid for sure. Great trade if you took it. If you didn't believe me, I get that. It's hard. But we showed you why, and we showed you how we had figured that out. And this is a case of now moving stops up and ride a trailer. With the expectation to start to run into some resistance, perhaps in that 25 target to 28. Stops up. This is so hard for traders that are new to the business and have not seen this. I said, I think this is the right chart, the 15-minute chart. You can see how this red line kicked in. And I'm tying this in with this 25 target I talked about would be the top of this right here. Paid for sure. And that's about a 50-point trade off the low, correct? From overnight. Stops up. Think like a bot. Your day is done if you took that trade. And we said we're in this box right here. This was the battlefield last night. Blew through here, and now we're in this. Paid for sure by 25. And I said we'll probably try something like 28 to 32 as our stop now. 25 was our stop pre-market because that was a resistance target. All right, if you've got our target hit, anything above that, good fortune. And my suggestion, don't add fuel to the fire. We'll miss a good trade short, but it's going to be a number of rotations. And this is end of the month window dressing. All right. What can I say? You get lucky sometimes.